Now, Point 11 is actually one that I found on internet when I googled this job. That there wasn't any content besides pretty much Maximilian Todd's like 25-minute video or 25-minute rant. But I found this in one, I think it was Reddit or some of that kind of shit, and it kind of stayed with me. And it's fighting game developers keep forgetting that they are making video games, and it means it should be fun first and throw you in, like the player in, and it's not like a college or like school where everything has to be full time for it to be fun. So this applies actually to Tekken mostly, because if you're a new player and going to Tekken, it's like going to school. You're starting from like first grade, and literally it takes you like fucking 5-6 years
And then you get
to learn
suspended
all
11
that
years.
shit.
Like you get like suspended, like being held in the same class for a very long
time,
because you cannot fucking get past the green ranks.
Just there are so much information there, and it's just a huge legacy game. So that this is why they go like Tekken pure legacy game.
Because if you play
Yeah.
the previous ones, you definitely have an easier time. Like getting into Tekken 7 was hard.
Yeah, and this is why you have seen me and JDCR and these kinds of players, not 5 years. You have seen these 15, fucking 20
Like
years.
Kuzan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He won tournaments like in 1997.
Yep.
So yeah. Actually, I remember some of these players from my own tournaments back then. Like I was in the same tournament with Nee, like in 2002. I was in the same tournament with him like in 2004. It was in France, I think, where he actually, I think it was the first time he said that he's going to be a pro player playing only Tekken full time. But there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't Twitch, anything. So it was like, sure you are. It's like, and then 10 years later, he's actually a full time Tekken player.
Yep.
And I'm doing this shit here.
What did go wrong?
Yeah, but just to make the game fun. I mean, I think one reason why Dragon Ball FighterZ succeeded.
Appeals so much to people because it's
Succeeded. It was fun game. It wasn't like designed to be esports game or anything. It was just like auto combos, easy, fast, offensive oriented. But it worked, and people got into the game, and it's actually quite fun to watch. Tournaments and stuff. Quite
It's a
swaggy.
licensed game, so that's why it was popular too. Like everyone
Dragon Ball.
fucking knows Dragon Ball.
What the fuck is Dragon Ball? Some new anime, right?
Indie shit. Like,
Yeah. Some indie anime. Some vlogger made a manga.
Dragon Ball is dead because the game has been out for I don't know 2 years maybe. No.
Yeah, still like tournaments are quite.
Hundreds of thousands of players.
Yeah, and people watch tournaments quite a lot of viewers when you
Even
watch
like
it
the older
live.
game, like Xenoverse 2, which looks like a fucking PS2 game, like also has a lot of players.
Okay, so here is point 12, which is like the Tekken 7 and Killer Instinct are both good examples actually, like how to make a cool fighting game. But Tekken 7 still has problems. Well, we have talked about Tekken 7 problems
Yeah. No tutorial.
a lot, and we also talked about Mortal Kombat 11 as a bad example. But we have pretty much done this, point pretty much through and through. But still, like Killer Instinct is pretty much the perfect fighting game at the moment on the market. Being the biggest minus for the fighting game is that it's Xbox One fucking exclusive, which killed the game immediately. Because Xbox isn't really a fighting game console, and it has never been a fighting game console. I mean, it's not like they don't have players. They have like 30, 40 million players. Just like, again, PC is not also a fighting game.
I mean, there
platform.
are people, like a lot of people play on PC.
Yeah, but still, it's
Tekken has tens of thousands of players on PC.
yeah, and more players on PlayStation 4.
Yep. And that's the thing, because Microsoft owns the license to the game. So
Yeah,
that's
but
immediately like,
Where the fuck is Killer Instinct 2?
wait
come
for the
on.
new Xbox.
Xbox Series X.
Yep, you're getting it then. Like, you get one per generation. Like, what else do you need?
Killer Instinct 2.
Street Fighter 6 also coming next year.
Killer Instinct 2, oh, I can already see it. Well, actually, Killer Instinct is the only fighting game that I have ever given 10 points out of all the reviews I've done.
Watch this, it won't be Killer Instinct 2, it will be Killer Instinct.
Just reboot.
Yeah, no, it's just Killer Instinct, like it's a reboot of a reboot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the movie we just watched, the fucking you won.
Yeah. we don't talk about that. That movie was.
That's a whole
We need
different
to do
like
another
screen.
podcast for that.
Yeah,
because-
screenplay and shit bad movies podcast.
Yep, this was. Okay.
I'm sorry, great Oscar movies. 2020 best movie already might be found.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's like the new Garage is like the Mortal Kombat 11 of the Garage movies.
That was like,
Bad.
there were so many questions. Just like question after question.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Next one is auto combos. We talked about that quite a lot. Like auto combos being okay in some games, like Under Night In-Birth or Persona
Yeah.
4, where they don't matter as much. But they're still there for like newcomers who just want to mash that one button and get your combo. Like,
Well, actually, Tekken added
simple combos, but they need to have like a
Assisted combo
separate
stuff,
thing to be turned on in the options,
Yeah.
and you know they're not
Style.
built in essentially.
style shit. Yeah.
Yep. And Dragon Ball also has them built in, and people still play them. So,
Yeah, we pretty much have went.
but those are not optimal anyway. So, if you want to get the maximum out of your character or whatever, then you actually need to hit the lab.
Yeah. So this point is actually just an answer to game developers and who fucking cares. Just we need options and creativity.
Yeah. Like
So-
back in Street Fighter 4 and
Just
Mortal Kombat X.
Options. You know, it doesn't like need to be again like in MK fucking 11 where you're supposed to use this move for pressure. You're supposed to use this
Mhm.
move for combo. I'm not supposed to do anything other than fucking uninstall this shit.
Yep.
But what I want is give me fucking 50 moves like in Tekken and let me fucking decide which move I combo, which move I fucking do this thing,
Yeah.
and let me worry about the risks and whatever. You
That's-
just make
Yeah,
the
that's the
game.
thing. Like they remove like learning. Like you don't have anything to learn if they tell you everything. Like this is the move for that. This is for that. This is for that. That's not point. That removes the aspect of finding cool shit yourself.
Yeah, and creativity, fucking swaggery shit.
Yeah, like Mortal
we-
Kombat X and Street Fighter 4,
Yeah,
where you
w-
had swag, like focus, cancel, combos,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Mortal Kombat X was a good example of swaggy shit. Hellfire Scorpion,
Boy.
standing tree, fireball cancelled.
Ninjutsu Scorpion also.
There's so many
much fun.
like stuff happening on the screen, and the Spectral Ermac, the fight cancelling, the up and down moves, gazillion buttons, no
now
damage.
you're like
just full
everyone
swag,
knows the one Scorpion combo.
and
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
We described it full MK11
Gameplay.
experience and gameplay. 45 minutes of practice, one combo, 2 meets, and 1 auto shimmy string. Let's go.
That's it.
And
And one into special or throw.
now you can play the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. And of course,
The last one. Balancing.
yeah, that's impossible. I'm guessing, I think it was Akio Ono who said if you want to make a balanced game, every character needs to be overpowered.
If you want to make a balanced game, then everyone plays the same.
Yeah. Well, in sense balancing, Tekken 7 is close as any game
As it gets,
has
essentially, yeah.
ever been, and you can't really get any closer than that. And I don't think you should.
Except
Like,
Biggest.
just make everybody follow the same rules. The problem with Tekken 7 right now is Leroy that just ignores everything,
Mhm.
and then you have 2D characters that have different rules,
Yep, like
which
Akuma
is-
and Geese.
which is kind of like weird because they don't get punished for ignoring the rules, which is should be fine if they shouldn't get punished. For example, Akuma gets a jump and gets a lot of shit from the jumping, but if I catch him, he's immediately scaled because it's
From the air, yeah.
from the air. But in that regard, because he ignores all the stuff that he can jump, he can do all these things Tekken characters can't do in games without anti-airs, then my logic would dictate that when I catch him in the air, I get full damage,
Yeah,
not
that would be
downscale.
Yeah.
And that immediately would bring down the value of Akuma. And then I wouldn't even mind, like the clean hit combos and stuff because he needs meter. It's it would be harder for them to get in, but right now he gets free jump-ins, and then he's immediately in a clean hit down 3 range. It's either down 3 or standing 2, 50-50, and you're dead. So just, these kind of things I really dislike, but again, Tekken 7 is quite perfect, and actually Akuma is one of the reasons why Tekken 7 is as popular it is right now. Geese is again,
the game has a lot of cool
and
guest characters.
like
Negan, Noctis, fucking
Pakistani players said, they are pretty much playing Tekken because they like King of Fighters, and because Geese and Akuma is in the game is why they started playing the game. And I'm guessing, pretty much this is true for many players out there who were disappointed about King of Fighters. They let's try Tekken, even playing Final Fantasy, thinking Noctis, I might try this game. But that's a point of guest characters like Negan and or whatever characters gets added to the game. And even Leroy might be the coolest looking original character that Tekken has done since I don't know Feng or whatever that was added like 100 years ago. But still I'm guessing after the new balance patch, game goes back to the normal state. Leroy is like super good, but nothing.
Not as good as he is right now.
Nothing like broken. It's actually quite easy to nerf Leroy. There are just his key moves. He has like 5 or 6 key moves that are meets. Just tone them down to the point that he cannot continue his turn, and that's it. Because then Leroy needs to deal with Jin, Paul, fucking Dragunov, and that kind of shit. And nobody is safe against those characters.
Yep.
Once Dragunov starts pressing buttons, it's not your turn.
Never your turn.
Yeah, it's never your turn again. So that's how the game goes. And I mean that's it pretty much for stop fucking nerfing fighting games.
Also, there's a good article I linked.
Okay, let's
from it is one of the best things I read last year. But yeah, in Samurai Shodown Zero, Genjuro was obviously a very, very much picked character, and Infiltration won Evo with.
The top 8 was like
6
5
Genjuros,
or
I
6.
think.
Yeah,
it was a lot of Genjuro. But the director of the game said that people want to balance, nerf the fucking character, and he just said that balance is boring.
Yeah. Power diversity in the game's cast is too flat.
Yeah, exactly. Fun over balance. And I think there are so many fighting games on the market that one game that's unbalanced but fun is totally okay. If you want to make a fun unbalanced game, then go ahead. No one's stopping you. You're still getting players.
Yeah, and this paragraph here is actually quite informative and goes well into the subject here as well. Fighting games have always had strong characters and weak characters, and Samurai Shodown is no different. Kiyoshiro Senryu, however cool he may look on the surface, is unfortunately pretty garbage to some competitive players have explained, risky moves that don't often give you big rewards, and severe lack of adventurous tools. On the other end of the spectrum, the Genjuro Kibagami has had a huge presence in competitive play thanks to the relative safety of his attacks, damage he's able to output, and the breadth of options available to him during fights. Half of the competitors who qualified from the Evo top 8 used Genjuro to do so. And an official tournament held the week before, so 6 Genjuro players in the finals bracket. But yeah, that's the same thing. In Tekken we had Geese, we had Akuma, then we had Dragunovs, we had Jack 7. In each build you have some characters that just dominate, because that build creates new rules. Even if you don't nerf or buff a character, because if you do something to other characters, the character just rises up. And same thing actually is happening with Ganryu at the moment. The moment you take away Leroy, you take the spotlight away from Leroy, then you are in a situation where people are looking at Ganryu.
And they're like,
What the fuck is that? Is that even allowed? Is those mix-ups even normal?
Legal? Yep.
So and because Leroy is so overpowered, for this short period of time, people are not looking at Ganryu, and I'm pretty sure pretty soon we are facing in a situation where we are seeing a lot of Ganryus. But again, this is only usually for a short period of time when it all goes back to the usual high tiers like Dragunovs, Jins, whatever, same characters always find their way back to the
Meta.
Yeah. So yeah, now it's actually pretty good the reading here, and yeah, they're talking about balancing like here. But yeah, I do agree that in fighting games it's impossible. Well, not fighting games. It can like any battle game in general. If you want to keep the creativity and everything available to the players, you can't
balance the game
properly. Yeah, it's just never going to happen. But that's it for the main subject. I mean, it was about fighting games. I'm hoping that people find it more enjoyable. We don't know when the next podcast is. We don't know the subject of the next podcast.
We will decide on that after we come back from Latvia and take all the money from Latvians.
When we count all the money, then we decide.
Tag, easy clap.
And of course, next time we are going to talk about the tournament in Latvia, how it turned out, how it
went 0-2,
how the trip went, and of course tune in Twitch TV, Video Gamers EU, watch it live, and of course just support in whatever way you can, because nobody is paying for this shit except for me. So it's like
it'd be like that. We need to put a PayPal link.
Oh yeah,
you
PayPal
can't
link
even use
here.
PayPal. You can use the money, but
yeah, PayPal link somewhere.
Actually, no, we won't be sell out.
No. Not at the moment. I don't see.
Not at the moment, but in the future.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Because, for example, if we go for season 4, for example, and we have a podcast that we have, some viewer base, why not ask for support? Because who the hell keeps paying, for that shit?
You. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, my wife isn't really on board on that idea, so I'm kind of doing it so like under the radar. She's not. This is like.
I'm going fishing.
So where are all the money? I don't know. It got stolen from me.
Yep, you got robbed.
In Latvia, fucking Latvians keep stealing my money.
It is so sad.
So this is the reason why I need to go to Riga and take the money back. So it's like
I'm pretty sure you dumped more money into this than you're ever going to get back. Plus, we're going to use gas. Yeah, the gas, just like diplomas, buying the frames and shit, doing the prizes for the Baltic finals, everything. You're not going to get that shit back. Yep.
But yeah, I'm still hoping, being extra naive, that somehow it works out in the end. So yeah, but anyway, that's it, and I'm going to cut the clips and stuff for the other channels and whatever. I can now actually wave.
See ya.